How does literature make the world a better place? The boy had brown hair. When you hear this sentence, who do you imagine? How long is his hair? The color of his eyes? His height? His personality? These 5 simple words are able to create a character in our minds, and yet everyone sees someone different. I guarantee if you continued to describe that brown-haired boy, no 2 people would describe the same person. Literature has the power to spark not only an image, but an idea into our brain. We take what we learn and apply it to the real world. The words of one person are written down and read by millions. A book is just sheets of paper with words on it, bound together. But they cause us to feel something. They touch us. They inspire us. They make us feel a range of emotions. Books change the world.
I normally wouldn't say this, but I just can't contain it. I want you here forever, right here by my side. All the fears you feel inside, and all the tears you've cried, they're ending right here.
In my hand is a book that is worshipped by millions. It tells of a man's life, death, and resurrection. Jesus Christ, Son of God, sacrificed himself for our sins. The Bible contains unfathomable stories that only a God could perform. Whether the stories are real or told in a way to help us understand more easily, the Bible acted as a foundation for Christianity. The Bible teaches us important lessons to better ourselves. Take the 10 Commandments, for example.
I want you here forever, right here by my side.
I am Yahweh, your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery. Do not have other gods before me. Do not make yourself a carved image or any likeness of anything in heaven, or on the earth beneath, or in the waters under the earth. You shall not bow down to them or serve them, for I, Yahweh your God, am a jealous God. For the sin of the fathers, when they rebel against me, I punish the sons, the grandsons, and the great-grandsons. But I show steadfast love until the 1,000th generation for those who love me and keep my commandments. Do not take the name of Yahweh your God in vain, for Yahweh will not leave unpunished people who takes his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. For 6 days you will labor and do all your work. But the 7th day is a Sabbath for Yahweh your God. Do not work that day, neither you, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your servants, men or women, nor your animals, nor the stranger who is staying with you. For in 6 days Yahweh made the heavens and the earth and the sea and all that is in them. But on the 7th day he rested. That is why Yahweh has blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. Honor your father and mother, that you may have a long life in the land that Yahweh has given you.
You with every breath I take, I need to feel your heartbeat next to mine. You're all I see in everything. I just wanna hold you, I just wanna kiss you, I just wanna love you all.
Do not kill. Do not commit adultery. Do not steal. Do not give false witness against your neighbor. Do not covet your neighbor's house. Do not covet your neighbor's wife, or his servant, man or woman, or his ox, or his donkey, or anything that is his. Many of God's commandments are laws that are set in place in today's world, such as do not kill or do not steal. Even if there aren't laws put in place, there are unwritten rules in our society. You should not cheat on your wife or husband. You shouldn't lie to others. You should honor your parents, and you should be happy with what you have rather than be sad about what you don't. Even if you aren't Christian, you follow some of the rules that are written in the Bible.
Contain it. I want you here forever, right here.
The next place is a picture book written by Warren Hanson. It is short with only about 30 pages, with some of the pages being only pictures.
Crazy, but it's true. I love you. I didn't think that it would be you.
The next place that I go will be as peaceful and familiar as a sleepy summer Sunday and a sweet, untroubled mind. And yet, it won't be anything like any place I've ever been, or seen, or even dreamed of in the place I leave behind. I won't know where I'm going, and I won't know where I've been, as I tumble through the always and look back toward the when. I'll glide beyond the rainbows, I'll drift above the sky, I'll fly into the wonder, without ever wondering why. I won't remember getting there, somehow I'll just arrive, but I'll know that I belong there, and will feel much more alive than I've ever felt before. I will be absolutely free of the things that I held onto that were holding on to me. The next place that I go will be so quiet and so still, that the whispered song of sweet belonging will rise up to fill the listening sky with joyful silence and with unheard harmonies of music made by no one playing, like a hush upon a breeze. There will be no more room for darkness in that place of living light, where an ever-dawning morning pushes back the dying night. The very air will fill with brilliance, as the brightly shining sun and the moon and 500,000 stars are married into one. The next place that I go won't really be a place at all. There won't be any seasons, winter, summer, spring, or fall. Nor a Monday, nor a Friday, nor December, nor July, and the seconds will be standing still, while hours hurry by. I will not be a boy or girl, a woman or a man. I'll simply be just simply me, no worse or better than. My skin will not be dark or light. I won't be fat or tall. The body I once lived in won't be part of me at all. I will finally be perfect. I will be without a flaw. I will never make one more mistake or break the smallest law. And the me that was impatient or was angry or unkind will simply be a memory, the me I left behind. I will travel empty-handed. There is not a single thing I have collected in my life that I would ever want to bring, except the love of those who loved me and the warmth of those who cared, the happiness and memories and magic that we shared. Though I will know the joy of solitude, I'll never be alone. I'll be embraced by all the family and friends I've ever known. Although I might not see their faces, all our hearts will beat as one, and the circle of our spirits will shine brighter than the sun. I will cherish all the friendship I was fortunate to find, all the love and all the laughter in the place I leave behind. All those good things will go with me. They will make my spirit glow, and that light will shine forever in the next place that I go. Although the book never says it, you can tell that when the author says the next place, he was referring to the place we go to when we die, which I believe is heaven. He describes what the place is like and the appearance of the writer. The book helps people to accept death and realize that it is not something we should be afraid of. This book holds such deep meaning and always brings a tear to my eye whenever I read it. Even if the author has never experienced what he is writing about, he says will be. Not maybe. Will be. He knows what the next place will be like.
You made it clear to me. You're all I need.
My third book is 13 Reasons Why. Clay Jensen comes home from school one day and finds a strange package in the mail. The package contains 13 cassette tapes recorded by Hannah Baker, a classmate who recently committed suicide. The tapes explain how each person drove her to suicide. The tapes are to be passed between the 13 people in the order they are mentioned. If the tapes do not reach the 13th person, Hannah has given a second set of tapes to an unnamed classmate who will release them to the public. 13 Reasons Why makes you really want to think about what you say to people and makes you realize that sometimes what you think is the smallest thing can be the biggest thing for that other person, and that you never really know how someone else is feeling, and that it's important to be aware of other people's emotions and how they feel. The Subway Mouse by Barbara Reid follows the story of Nib the Subway Mouse, who has always been fascinated by human things and wondered what was at the end of the tunnel. But no other mouse has ventured out that far. This story is all about willing to take risks and willing to do things that no one else has ever done. When you're brave and you are able to explore and be able to experience your own life rather than experiencing through someone else's, you're able to see something at the end that is amazing. And you never would have experienced it if you hadn't first decided to try something that no one else had ever done before. So this book teaches us that sometimes taking risks is good. Not following the rules isn't always bad. Sometimes the payoff is good. Literature is able to tell us life lessons, whether it be through the miracles of God or through a clay mouse. They all tell us how to treat other people, how to treat ourselves, how to explore and how to see the world around us, and just how to live life to its fullest, even whether it's based on fact or if it's based on pure imagination. It still tells a story, and it still is able to teach us through author's words on how we are able to live our lives. Literature offers us an escape from our realities. We are able to experience things that we may not otherwise experience through someone else's words.
I just wanna